Guys, I am for lost of words. If you guys are wrestling fans, you're going to understand this analogy. Last Sunday was WrestleMania, and my heart was racing watching Cody Rhodes versus the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns in a Bloodline Rules match. We had Cena, we had Jey Uso, we had The Undertaker, we had Seth taking a chair shot being Cody's shield, Cody finally finishing the story. Man, my heart was exhilarating. So, I didn't think I was going to watch this gameplay preview and feel my heart reach that level again. Because what Bungie has done here, I don't mean to sugarcoat this because I hate being a hype beast like this and being overly excited, but holy fuck, did they just break the barrier of Destiny 2, the sandbox build capabilities in its entirety. And that was just 1/3 of what we saw here in this gameplay preview. This was about 30 minutes, and it may have been some of the most exhilarating 30 minutes I've seen in a presentation for Destiny 2 in a long time. There's so much to get into. Let's jump right into it. So the main juice of what kind of started this whole thing of like getting me going of like, holy shit, we're doing this, is a new subclass. Yes, they went there. They delayed the game and now they're adding a new subclass. But this isn't just any new subclass where it brings in a new energy type. This is a game-breaking super or subclass. And the goal here is to pretty much unlock the tools of light and darkness into one. And Prismatic is basically the mastery of the Guardian when it comes to being a master of light and dark. So what that means here is we can use aspects from the light subclasses and aspects from the dark subclasses. This includes Strand, Stasis, Arc, Void, Solar, whatever it may be. You can take components of those classes and make your own. We're talking having a Void Grenade with a Strand melee with a Stasis class ability with using a Stasis super in whatever case. I'm just making some combination up. This is stuff we have seen in the gameplay preview. You can do that all in one, bringing it all together. And that in itself was like, holy shit, what am I watching? What are we doing? Well, it transcends past that, no pun intended, with another ability called Transcendence. This is a in-level power-up. Consider it something like reaching Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball Z, where you will be utilizing everything. We're talking everything gets buffed, all these different things occur, and you're just supercharged. And this is the super, you can say, of Prismatic. Now, one thing I did notice is that in order to get Transcendence while using Prismatic, you need to actually be the master of light and dark. So the left hand side will be the light energy bar, the right hand side will be the dark energy bar. What is required here is that you need to reach the middle with both of them. So the light meets halfway, the dark meets halfway. Once they meet, they form Transcendence. Now this actually requires you to utilize darkness and light. So that means doing damage, getting kills with light, as well as doing damage and getting kills with the dark. This truly brings everything together. So if you guys are just over here utilizing only light abilities, it seemingly can't benefit from Transcendence, which is honestly a good way to balance this. But I use balance loosely because that is insane. Seeing the capabilities of Strand as a subclass unlocked with some of the capabilities of other weapons and all coming together, it's insane. And some things I've seen was going Radiant and using Devour. What? You're telling me I can use Devour and Radiant in the same go? Guys, that is a new level of enhancement within Destiny 2. And kudos to Bungie for doing some shit like that because that is unprecedented and unexpected. Now, another thing I saw, and I'm going to talk about this loosely because the details still baffle me because we're going here. They're introducing new exotics, and these are going to be class item exotics. So they're not arms, they're not legs, they're your class item. So it could be your Titan Mark, it could be your Bond for your Warlock, and it could be your Cloak for your Hunter. These are exotic class items, and the main goal for here is to utilize exotic perks from other established exotics. Now, I don't know if there's RNG based, where there's a role-based system of you utilizing and trying to roll different perks for these things. That was very vaguely spoke about, and I don't really have a perfect idea of what's going on there, even though I listened to it over. But one thing I did notice is that there are 2 slots. So in a way, these exotic class items are built to enhance Prismatic and give you 2 exotic perks in one exotic. Guys, that is insane. It really is. For example, let's say we use Synthoceps, the benefits of Synthoceps for your Titan, and we use Precious Scars when you get those restorations for utilizing a, matching subclass kill. How that would work at, Prismatic, I don't No, but as you guys can tell, the wombo combo here is insane. This is some stuff that has been asked about for a long time, and we're getting it in a fashion that I just wasn't expecting at all. And kudos again for Bungie for breaking this barrier. That these 2/3 of the live stream in itself is exciting. It got my heart racing. As a content creator with this game, I can't even fathom the amount of videos or the type of videos I can do here, because it truly seems that with Prismatic, the game will be unlocked. Now, on a balance side of what this means for other individual subclasses, I have no idea. That surely could be a problem, but part of me just doesn't really care, because the other part seems like an advancement for established players and players who understand. To a degree that's like, man, you're really leveling up the playing field here, and it is going to be up to Bungie to create challenging content that seems to work in side by side with what we're going here. But yeah, another thing too, we see some glimpses at new Nightfalls potentially, and the world around, which looks like they've stepped up the environment. Another thing to mention besides the new faction is kind of the UI overhaul. So there's a lot of stuff going here. Cooldowns on the right side, buffs on the left side, all these different things. Sometimes I saw a debuff on the, cooldown debuff on the left side. It seems that it's utilizing all the spaces, which I think is nice. We'll see how things fully operate when things work out, but I do think that the UI looks a little bit cleaner and a little bit more straightforward than it was before. Now, last but not least, not going to talk about this too much, we are getting a new faction. Yes, a new faction. This is called the Dread, and these are a new Witness faction. Basically, this is the Witness kind of creating his own force within the Pale Heart, and they introduce a lot of things. For example, we're going to get our first flying enemy. Yeah, like actual built-in flying enemies, not just harpies that are stationary, move point to point in the air. These are flying enemy types that honestly look pretty cool, and I'm enjoying that. Like, yeah, that's awesome. This shit looks fun. Now, the other person I forget the name of it, but it was this melee based thing, and the first thing I saw when I saw this and how it operated was like a Metroid Space Pirate. So if you guys played Metroid Prime, one of my favorite trilogies of all time when it comes to games, the Space Pirates moved and operate in a certain fashion that was very aggressive left and right, and they were shooting, they were trying to get around you, they were trying to get to you. The movements here really resemble a Metroid Space Pirate, which I think is pretty cool. And as someone who's a massive fan of Metroid Prime and Metroid altogether, seeing some of that stuff is pretty exciting. But man, this 30-minute gameplay preview was beyond what I was expecting. Like, seriously, this over-delivered on my expectations, which I'll admit were like pretty fair. I thought they were going to showcase some of the new stuff they developed with the supers and new ways and aspects and things they're introducing. No, new subclass, new exotic class items. This class item and subclass are just unlocking the full arsenal of the game. And again, all this stuff makes sense for where we're at in Destiny 2 when it comes to the Guardian. Being a master of light and dark subclasses are our forte, so it's kind of only a matter of time that we got this. But man, Bungie, good shit. Way to get me going, way to make me feel excited, because that was unexpected. But if you guys have any comments, leave them down below on this little reveal stream on some of the stuff that they talked about. How excited are you? Because I'm going to find it hard for people not to get excited for shit like this, because this seems like exactly what people wanted, which it took a while to get here, but should be exciting nonetheless. Leave a comment down below on that information. If you guys also enjoyed and found this video informative, be sure to drop this video a like. Helps out the video a ton. And for more content like this regarding Destiny 2 and other games on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell to be notified when I do drop that content, because yeah, Into the Light dropped today. I'm going to focus on getting this video out as soon as possible and other videos, but yeah, we'll have some stuff on Into the Light either today, tomorrow, I'm not sure, but yeah, things are looking crazy. But with that being said, hope you guys have a good one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.